Looking back now, I can tell you I was definitely leaving money on the table. And now, after figuring out my 2 for 30 sale, I can tell that I'm making real profit off of brands that I never used to sell. So, in today's video, I really want to share with you so that you don't make the same mistake I did. I've kind of come full circle and I have something to share with you. Download your free reseller resource guide today. I constantly update and share with you discounts, favorites, tools, and resources to help you with your reselling business. After the video, click the link in the description and get your totally free guide today. So a while back, I had done a video. I think I put I wish I knew this sooner. And it was about when I figured out doing $50 sales because I was making so much money doing $50 sales. It was awesome. And it was such a big change from what I had done before that. Because in the beginning of my reselling career, I was going to the bins, I was buying, a cart full of items. It took me hours to find it. And they were $10, $15 sales. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to make the kind of money that I want to make by spending all this time digging through bins only to come away with like meh kind of stuff, and I'm only making $10 or $15 sales. Like, this is never, I'm never going to be able to do the volume to get to the money that I want. This is not going to work. And so I said, well, then I need to really up the ASP, and I'm only going to list items for $35. And once I started doing that, I was like, oh wow, like this is a dramatic increase in sales because I was only focusing on $35 items. I only put $35 items in my store. And so I was only selling $35 items. So it was great because I was making so much more money. And then I said, well, if this works for $35 items, then it's got to work for $50 items. So I started doing that. I only put $50 items in my store. And then I only started selling $50. I mean, really, $50 items means that they could sell for $35, but it was a $50 item list price. And so that started working really well. And it did work. And I probably could keep doing that. And I do recommend that to people. However, I did realize at the time that there were some other things that I was passing up on that probably could also sell. And I was like, let me just kind of like figure this out a little bit because I didn't want to go back to where I was, but I did feel like I was leaving money on the table. And so I said, well, I'll do the $50 items, I'll do the $100 items, like that'll be over here. But then I'm going to do this second closet and I'm going to do items that are a really good deal at a really good price because at that time my everyday promotion of 2 for 30, like 2 items for $30 was working well. And I'm like, okay, if I just do a closet that's just that and I widen what I can put in there, I bet this will do well. And so that's what I started doing. That's what I started experimenting with. And so I would put Old Navy in there. I would put Liz Claiborne in there. I would put Forever 21 in there, Shine, Sheen, however you call it. I would put Express in there. These are brands that I didn't really sell anymore because I didn't think they were valuable enough to be listed for $50. But they were good enough to put at $35, and they were good enough to put on my 2 for $30 sale. And I was getting them for such a low price, $1 to $3, that I was comfortable with that model. I tested it out and I'm like, okay, I can do this. I wasn't doing measurements on these, like on my bigger items, on my higher end items, I did measurements. But on a 2 for 30, a little express top or whatever, like I'm not going to do measurements for that. So I said the rule is 2 for 30 items, don't get measurements. Well, that made the photographing process way faster, listing process way faster. I mean, I don't list my items, my VA does, but way faster. And so now I'm putting in very little work, or I'm paying a photographer. My mom sometimes will come and be my photographer, and I will pay her to photograph for me. So it's worth it to pay her. I don't have to do it. I can make videos or whatever, and I can still build that money that I pay her to take photographs into my process and still come out with a decent profit for not having done that much work because the buy cost is so low and the volume of sales is going so well. So I kind of uncovered that like I was leaving money on the table by not addressing these items. So I'm not going back to the $10 or $15 sales that I was doing, but I am getting some $10 or $15 sales. But it's okay now because the process is so much different. So before, when I would go to the bins, I would go for 3 or 4 hours at a time, dig through bins. I would drive 25 minutes there, pay tolls, drive 25 minutes back, pay tolls. Oftentimes I stopped at Chick-fil-A, which was not good for me, although I love it. And I would do that 2, 3, 4 times a week. That's a lot of hours to be out of the house. That's a lot of hours to be thrifting through bins. That's a lot of time and effort to come away with just these items, right? But now I just buy them from New Source. Like I don't go to the bins anymore. I don't drive there. I don't spend 3 or 4 hours digging through bins. Every once in a while I go just for fun, really. But now I just order from New Source. I can get a whole box of Under Armour. I can get a whole box of J. Crew. I can get a whole box of Zara. I can get a whole box of White House Black Market. I can get things for $1 to $3. I can get ThredUp rescue boxes from time to time just to like throw random things in there. So I can get the inventory with the click of a button. I'm not spending all the time sourcing. So that saves time. I'm not doing measurements anymore, so that saves time. Sometimes I'm not even doing the photographs because my mom does them. So whatever profit I make is profit with very little time spent. So I can sell the items for 2 for $30 and be good with that now when I couldn't have been good with that before because so much time went into it. So I'm like, I'm putting in all the time and I'm only making these little amounts of sales. Where now I'm not even putting the time in and I'm making all of these little amounts of sales. So that's fine. If I make a $5 profit right now, I'm okay with that because I'm doing barely any work for it. The systems and the processes have gotten so dialed in and so optimal now that that lower profit margin is okay with me because everything else works. And so on my 2 for $30 closet, that one on its own does $2,000 a month. And I'm putting in very little work on that. So now it's okay. Whereas before it wasn't okay. So like I said, I was doing all of the ick, but it cost a lot of time. Then I did no ick and I made a lot of money. Now I'm doing like a combination of both of them and I'm making even more money, but it's not taking as much time. And I'm able to, do the $50 sales. Those are still good. That still happens. I sell items for $100. My main closet, does $4,000-$8,000 a month. That's the higher end stuff. The second closet does the 2 for $30 sale. It does about $2,000 a month. It doesn't cost me a lot of time, but I'm able to make use of those items like Kohl's brands, Target brands, Old Navy, Express, things that I wouldn't sell before that now I can. I want to make you aware of the hottest, the best deal I have ever offered in my Rebecca the Reseller Academy. To find it, all you have to do is scroll all the way down to the bottom and you will find this right here. Hot deal, best value, all courses and digital downloads for life. This is it, friends. This is as good as it's going to get. I'm giving you everything I have in my academy, all the digital downloads, all the courses for just $20. The best part is if I create a new digital download going forward, you will get it absolutely free. This is the time to lock in the best deal I have ever offered. All you have to do is go to Rebecca the Reseller Academy, scroll down to Hot Deal, and purchase it for $20. If you're wondering what comes in this, it's everything. So you're going to get all of my courses, and you're also going to get all of the digital downloads that I've created, including my keywords list, my listing forms, my Poshmark closet signs, everything that I have created, and everything that I ever will create will be yours for literally $20. And the kicker is that I pulled some sales to share with you, is that even though I'm not listing them for $50 anymore, and I have them on my 2 for $30 sale, that doesn't mean that they sell for my 2 for $30 sale. So like I have 4 sales that I pulled up that I was like, this is why I'm doing this. I mean, this is just 4 examples. So one, I sold a universal threads dress for $31 because I have it listed for $35. I sent out a 20% offer and she bought it. So that was $31. That's great. Then I sold an unbranded pair of pajamas. They were like really pretty, kind of looked like those like white and blue ceramic like Japanese bowls, but on pajamas. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I don't know what it's called, but it was gorgeous. And it was a pajama set. And so those sold for $24. I sold a Silence and Noise top for $31 and an Alice in New York dress for $27. These are all brands or not brands that I would not have sold before. When I was doing $50, I would have never picked these up. These were on my no-low list. I would not get them. I would not list them. And so I missed out on 31, 31, that's 62. 62 plus 24 is 86. 86, 106. 100, I missed out on 113. I would have missed out on $113 of sales the old way. And now the new way, because I'm including these, but not at the $50 level, I'm including them in the 2 for 30 sale, and they still sell outside of the 2 for 30 sale. I made 130. I mean, those are just 4 sales. Obviously, I'm making, lots of other money. I've kind of come around. Now, I can't say I was wrong, because I still believe in what I was doing. Like, I believe that going to the bins, paying $1 for items, spending 20 hours a week at the bins to make $10 or $15 sales, I believe that is not a good idea. That's what I was doing initially, and I still believe that was dumb. And if you're doing that, you're not being as efficient as you can be. You can make way more money doing something different. So then I moved from that to the $50 thing, and that worked really well. And so I do believe in that. And if you want to do that, you should do that. But along the way, I figured out that there were elements of the initial thing, the low value items, that still sell. And so those items now are being sold, but in a way more efficient way. Order the inventory online, do minimal work on it, or don't do the work yourself, and just grab all that profit. And so now I've kind of gone from this way to this way, and now I'm back in the middle, and I'm technically doing like this. I'm doing the high-end stuff, and I'm doing the low-end stuff. And this is making me even more money than I did before. So, I'm probably going to have one of my best years ever, and it is on the back of selling really high-end stuff, but then also not forgetting that you can also sell low-end stuff if you do it the right way. And I think the lesson here for others is, because you may not do it my way, is how can you make selling low-end items more efficient for you? So if you're going to the thrift store and buying the low-end items, I think that's still the problem, because you're spending so much time sourcing, and then you have to photograph it, and then you have to list it, if it's only going to sell for $15. I think if you put in and added up all the time, you would be like, oh my God, what am I like, getting like Cambodia wages, India wages, Philippines wages, and nothing against them, just noting that they have a lower, per hour that they get than we do, that we can survive on here in the States. So I think that if you can do it in a way that's more efficient, that brings up your hourly wage, then that works out better. So if you just press the button and order a box of inventory, and then all you had to do is photograph and list it, and you make $15 sales, that is better. That is more efficient than sourcing it. So you could start there. You could start by ordering inventory. Then you might say, well, I'm going to stop doing measurements. Maybe that's an option, a way that I could save time and effort. Or maybe I could just make my process a little more efficient. Or I could hire a photographer or hire a virtual assistant. So those are all places where you can make efficiency happen that would allow you to make, selling those lower end items a little bit more economical for you. So I hope that helps you. Like I said, I know that there's a lesson here. I just don't know what lesson each person needs to learn. For me, it was the way I was doing low end items was bad. Then I went to do the high-end items was good. And now I'm kind of in a middle place where I'm making even more. So that's my lesson. That was like, okay, I could figure out a way to do both. So for you, maybe you also want to do both. Maybe it's more just sell the lower end items more efficiently, and that will get you more money overall. And so I hope that's then the lesson for you. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Poshmark VA is a tax-deductible business investment that pays for itself many times over each month. It increases Poshmark sales because it shares and sends offers more than I ever could manually. It handles all my shares, automatic offer to likers, bulk offers, and it can do price drops and relists. When my coaching clients add Posher VA, it makes more sales basically immediately. The best part is that you get your time back. More time with family, thrifting, whatever. Get 20% off with code Rebecca the Reseller and the link below.